We're going to talk about intuition and why it's one of the secrets to success and to more wealth. One of the things that I will tell you, even if a woman's not highly evolved or at the next level of spirituality or consciousness or awakened, they will all tell me that they're intuitive. They will say, oh, my intuition, my gut feeling, it's always right and I always listen to it. I'll hear that nonstop. But what I also hear from them is that they also suffer from not trusting themselves all the time because they second guess, or they aren't taking bigger leaps. They're playing small. They let what people say affect them, even though they say they don't care what people think. They don't always listen to their intuition, even though they will say that they trust it and that their gut is 100%. Because if I said to them, do you follow it exactly to the T 100%, 1000% of the time? They're like, well, sometimes I don't. And the truth is, it's probably 50-50 or maybe even less. Because while they are intuitive, they know. Knowing and doing and following your intuition is a whole different ballgame. And I'll tell you why this affects wealth and it affects the creation of the life that you really desire and the success. One of the things that stops people from listening to their intuition, and we'll start with that, and then we'll start with, why it's amazing, is that an old pattern will come up. Well, they'll be like, hey, you know what? I actually want to do this thing. Their brain will start firing and firing the old belief. Remember we did that last time? Maybe we shouldn't. You need to protect yourself. Let's stop. And so they'll go, you know what? I need to go think about it. And this cue the stage. In comes the overthinkers. In comes the overanalyzers. In comes the processing. Let me just think about it. So for those people that are overthinkers, you might be highly intuitive, but you also overthink yourself right out of your intuition. How do I know that? Because it's one of the, I don't want to say it's like a negative masculine trait, but it's not the healthiest masculine trait, because many times that overthinking is the trying to solve and figure it out, planning, strategizing, but it's not allowing that feminine to trust fully. So this is why many women aren't fully in their superpower of their feminine, which is that intuition, that knowingness, the conviction, the trust, because they still have not evolved out of that alpha female into the evolved alpha female, which the evolved alpha female knows that when her intuition hits, that's it. She's going to listen to it. But because she has programming still that leads her to overthink, because she still has not gone deep into her emotions, she can't trust that feeling yet, because trust is still not an emotion that she can wrap herself around, because the old past will come up. The protection mechanisms will come up. She'll shield up. The fear of feeling is too much. She'll go back into her survival mode if she even got out of it. So here we are with this beautiful intuitive thoughts and hits, intuitive feelings, the gut feeling, all of that will come in. And then they'll be like, I knew it. I felt it. And you did nothing. So being able to trust that intuition requires a lot of self-mastery, a lot of emotional self-mastery. And that requires doing that deeper work of finding out why we don't trust it, why we're always trying to be in our version of that protective masculine state. This is where a lot of women who are in the masculine, they have created a false sense of masculine to protect themselves because they've had disappointment, they've had things go wrong, they've been abandoned, they've been betrayed, they've felt unworthy, all of those things. So in comes the armor. And so while their intuition is speaking to them, they don't have a clear messaging. They can't hear it because they're so busy trying to stuff down their emotions, be the ice queen, right? And they're leaving this beautiful intuition there. Now, for me, once I started listening to this intuition, millions came into my world. I'm telling you, my team will tell you that I run my business off of my feelings. It is so true. Everything. If I want to do something, it has to feel good. If I want to hire someone, it has to feel good. I don't even really think about things anymore because the feeling puts me into full alignment energetically. I know, because I let this lead now, because if I feel something's off, it'll be off. We were looking at a venue for our next event here in Chicago in October. Y'all better come. And tickets are going to sell it really fast. Our VIP is almost halfway sold out. We sell it to our clients first. But we went to go look at the venue, and I wasn't feeling in the last venue, and it actually fell through. And I told my team, I said, I was trying to get behind it. I was trying to really like it. And of course it fell through because it wasn't aligned with me. This next venue I went, I'm like, yeah, I can see it. I can feel it. And Shannon on my team said, Shamina, do you really feel it? Like, does this feel right with you? Because they know if I don't feel it, it's going to be a 2 thumbs down. It's going to be like a goose egg. It's not going to work. And so I had to really feel it. And when I feel it, I can see it. And then the visualization comes. And then success follows that. It's like this recipe that I've created. And so we all are intuitive, but we all don't necessarily let that intuition lead on how we run our lives in business. Now, there are some masculine things like, tracking your KPIs, tracking certain things in your business, the sales and whatnot that have to be there. But the leading of how you conduct yourself in your business and the energy that you're in and who you're being, that's your intuition. That's your feminine. That's the thing that most women are like cut off from. They feel it, but they don't trust it because they can't trust their emotions because they haven't mastered them yet. So when you start doing the work that I teach, especially in my Millionaire Mastermind program and in my program called Accessing the Quantum Through Emotional Self-Mastery, I teach you how to have power over your emotions, how to really understand how to use them in your favor, how to feel into what's the right next decision. And when people start doing this work, they start learning how to trust. This is a feeling here. Because people will see red flags in relationships, hiring clients, and they'll still ignore it. Because their head will go in and trump and say, oh, no, we need money. We should take this client. Or, you know what? It's not that bad. I can do this. I've done it. I've been there. And every time I've gone against the feeling, I've had a lesson right behind it. It is what it is. But I don't know how many lessons I wanted to have anymore. I was asking myself, I'm like, this is time to start trusting this because it's spot on. And you know what? When you have that feeling being the aligned state of being, your ability to create anything in this world is like tenfold. It's literally that on steroids. And so you just trust. You start knowing that things are going to show up. You're not searching, looking, hey, did the client respond back to me? Chasing people down, chasing money, chasing men. You just get into a different state of being. But you have to do the work in order to get into there. So when people want to know what I do, I help you get so in tune with that intuition, that intuitive side of yourself that you don't always listen to because you're trying to solve your feminine issues with masculine doings by doing more, posting more, finding the next strategy, not really allowing yourself to let that intuition lead. And once you start, my goodness, the frequency and the awareness, consciousness that you're in, you start elevating and expanding into such high levels of awareness and frequency. Because all of that overthinking, all of that mistrust of the intuition, that's your humanness. That's your 3D. I don't get a little woo on you here right now. But the quantum you, the woman who's in, or man, if you're listening to this, because we got a lot of men now listening, it's the feeling. I'll go one step further. So when you are fully aligned with your emotional state, you trust the intuition, but you also start reading people because you can feel things. Your empathic self gets, amplified. You know when to do something. You can read the room even better. You can read situations. Your business deals will amplify because you'll start leading in them with a different way. And yes, your heart will be opened. Your connection to people will expand. This is the missing piece of the majority of women I meet. They don't have this intact. They're so in that do energy. They have intuition, but they ignore it because their hearts aren't even open to feel into the situation. They can't connect with others. They're trying to solve issues that have to come with the feeling. And as Neville Goddard said, the feeling is the secret. You got to understand that is the thing. And when you learn that, you become the goat. You become the goat in the room. You become the person. You become the untouchable. You become the power player because everybody else is trying to use brute force to have success. But you tap into this, what I'm teaching you, and then you add that your ability to perform because, we get things done, get shit done. You become the person that every single person wants to listen to and wants them to lead them. Conviction comes from this place that I talk about. People say, wow, you're really confident in what you teach. Hell yeah, I am. Because I'm trusting this emotion, I'm 1,000% confident. 1,000% confident of everything that I'm going to have in this lifetime. I expect success. I know whatever I feel is 100% thing that I need to go with, it's going to be a banger. It's going to be successful. Imagine feeling that all the time. What would you attempt? What would you go after? How big would you dream? How would you see yourself? What would you imagine to have? Because when you think from the smallness of the place and you poo-poo your intuition, you keep yourself below the bar of where you can go. And this is why so many women play so small. They dream smaller. They think they're dreaming big. But imagine if you can tap into this and how much bigger you can dream, where you could go. You would feel unstoppable because you would always trust the guidance, the GPS, that intuition is leading you the right way. You would never second guess yourself. Now, that's not to say that you can't bounce ideas off of somebody, but just stop asking everybody else what they think because you'll just know. And let me tell you, that's a powerful place to be. All right. I hope you enjoyed this episode. And if you can do me a favor and share this with others, because I feel like more people need to hear this, and tag me on Instagram, and go ahead and leave me a review on Apple and Spotify. You've heard me say this in the last episodes, but I'm going to say it again. I love looking at them. They really light me up. Like every day I wake up and I see a review there. It makes me so happy in ways I can't even tell you. It makes me want to keep going on here and keep sharing and keep doing the work I do. That's all I ask in return from any of you. If you don't even come by my programs, just leave me a review. I'd love it. And go ahead and get my book, Unlocking the Quantum Woman. Even men read this book too. This book will change the game for you. This book will be the game changer. Go join our Quantum Woman group. It's on Facebook. And we have a free training coming up as always. So check the notes and see what's down there to join. And if you're ready to come join us in our 6-month program or a mastermind, there should be a Calendly link below. Book yourself a call and you either talk to myself or one of my team members and we can see how we can help you, or send my team a message at support@shaminataylor.com. And just remember, every time you shift into a state of knowing, you're moving in the right direction. So stay tuned for the next episode. Bye for now.